it's Sheri here, and I'm just here to share with y'all a little recap of what happened at the Rose AMA from the Discord for those of you that couldn't make it, and before the actual full audio screen capture is put out there. So the Rose have a Discord now, and I'll put the link to everything down below in the descriptions. And today was their first major Discord event on Discord, and it was an AMA, which stands for Ask Me Anything. And ahead of time, people in the Discord were sending in questions, and Kim, who is the head moderator, head staff at the Discord, read them out, and he was there hosting the event with the Rose members. So just general recap, when the event started, the members got there a little bit early, and they just did their mic tests and chilled out a bit. They played, there's a bot on the Discord that plays the Rose songs, and so there's Woosan was singing along to some of the songs, like ILY and She's in the Rain, so that was a cute little moment, especially for people who haven't heard him sing in a while, since he's been busy on the tour and not doing his Twitch streams. So the first few questions, there were a few questions that just generally asked about their process when making music. Did they make the lyrics or melody first? How did they come up with the themes? And just a lot of music production style questions, which I think they were generally surprised by, and I don't know why, because I think the Rose is definitely one of the groups where they are stand because of their songs and the messages behind their songs and just their music. I know we make a lot of zaddy jokes and all that, and yes, zaddies. I feel that that's an old term now, but yes, zaddies. But also generally, whenever the people talk about the Rose, it's about their music, about their lyrics, and their songs. So I think a lot of the questions reflected that, and they said that generally they don't have a specific set way they make their music. Every song is different, and every time they're in the studio is different. If they gave a few examples, for Beauty and the Beast, the idea of Beauty and the Beast, the theme of it came first. So when they locked in the chord progression, they're like, oh, this would suit the theme of Beauty and the Beast. And then all the members went to go watch the movie, which I think was really cute. And yeah, they're just talking about how every time they're in the studio it's different, every song is different. So that's that. There's a funny moment where Jaehyun couldn't hear Dojun, so they're like, oh my god, did you mute me? Do you have me on mute? But I think it was a Discord issue, just because there was too many people, not too many, there were so many people, typing and on Discord, that at one point, on my phone, I couldn't connect to the server, but I had it on my laptop, so it was fine. There were no major technological issues, or just sometimes some people in the voice chat couldn't hear others, but Woosan was just busy. He was there translating. He was there translating from Korean to English and then English to Korean for the members. And then he was also had to, at one point, because there were a few members that couldn't hear each other, so he had to be like, okay, so he said this, what do you think about that? And then he's like, okay, he's talking now. And that was a moment. They got asked, also they were just clowning each other about being old and not good at technology, which I'm like, we love boomers on tech. They're not actually boomers, but the joke. And then there are some fun questions, just if they could have any superpower, what would they have? And then I think they all had to think about it, and I think most of them didn't answer, but Woosan said he's time travel and teleportation. And then they went on this tangent about is teleportation possible? And then Einstein had this theory, right? And then they're but our bodies would rip apart. And then there's just a whole tangent about if we teleported and then we broke into a million pieces, would that be the new Big Bang? I don't know, guys. I'm just recapping. And then there's the question about how the members cope with anxiety. And then so Woosan said coming into the Discord, and then Dojun also said that, which is it really helps us to see how our fans talk about us. And he made some good points about how Coming in and being able to interact with the fans feels like texting thousands of friends at once, and it makes us feel warm, and they all kind of like agreed on the warm aspect. And then he said, there are times when you're lonely but you want to talk, and then it feels like you're talking to a wall, but then when you hop on Discord, it feels like you're talking to like 1,000 friends at once, which is really nice. And I'm glad they're enjoying this Discord. It's a little chaotic at times, but I'm glad they're having fun with it, and like it's like soothing and warm for them. Jae-hyun said that he doesn't really know how to deal with stress yet, and he sort of tried a lot of things and is trying a lot of things. And then Wooseong like went deep. He was just like, I'm like mostly paraphrasing, but it's like there's a lot of times when we don't know how to process our feelings and deal with our anxiety, and then as we get older we sort of learn to hide it, but as we like, you know, grow, we have to learn to deal with our emotions and then find our purpose and, you know, get wiser. It's like deep, bros. I think there's at some point maybe in the Discord there will be like a full screen capture of the AMA, so for those of you that missed all of it and you want to hear the members speak for themselves, it's somewhere in the Discord maybe. I think they'll put it in probably in one of the announcements or a special channel for that. And then they're like, okay, someone asked like what are like, you know, the Rose's general goals with their music and what do they hope to accomplish. And they just talked about how they want the listeners to be able to get the message behind their songs. And I think that's the most important aspect. And once they can fully convey that message, they feel like they would have succeeded. And they also chimed in with like, it's also up to the listener's interpretation. So each listener will have interpret the song in a different way and have their own message about it too, which, you know, just makes them happy with seeing how people can like take what they wanted them to interpret, but then also come up with their own ideas. And it's going to be their 5th anniversary this year. They said they don't have anything set in stone, but something will be happening because by then all of them would have reunited in Korea. They asked about like what's like the best memory, and Hajin said that their first tour was one of his best memories, just like the fact that they only had like one song and then they were asked to go on tour, and the fact that people all around the world knew the Korean lyrics to their song. He felt really special about that. Then asked about a general roadmap for what is happening in 2022. So this, they stress that it's subject to change and nothing is set in stone completely, but Wooseong gave like a general sort of outline and it's been mapped in his head, and even though it's not set in stone, this is like what they kind of hope and what they want to achieve in 2022. So by June-ish, he would have finished his solo tour after all the Asian dates as well, and then he'll be in Korea with the other members. They're gonna get together in Korea, write and like produce and record the songs. In August-ish, they would kind of finish recording this album in the US in a desert, in a recording studio in the desert. I think it just means there's some place in Nevada, I'm guessing, or Cali, and there's that. And then they will release the album in October or November. And they said that, spoiler, the next project is a full album, and the title of the album is 4 letters. No like spoilers on what the letters are, but you know, kind of can guess, or maybe we're wrong, but 4 letters. And after they release their album in October to November, they're going to go on a world tour. And no specifics about which places they're going to, but they did say like they can't really pick and choose their favorite place to go on tour. They love each and every place. And then a little TMI, Mr. Hajun has been working out very hard, and they're just like, yeah, you know, maybe on this tour we should have a lot of shirtless Hajun. It's teased. I don't know if that's happening actually, but they're like, yeah, we could like save the money on Hajun's like performance outfits and instead just have him go shirtless. So potential. Be prepared, y'all. Prepare your souls. And then, but there are more things that need to be discussed about the exacts of the album. They don't know if it's going to be like it's digital album or physical album yet. And a little bit at the ending, we find out like this whole time with like all the people not being able to like hear each other, and like Jaehyun not hearing like this member, that member. Hajin and Dojun were at the same place, you know. So They're like, oh my god, we're so stupid. We could have just spoken the one thing and then you could all hear us. What? It's just like, oh my god, I can't believe it took us this long to figure this out. And that was like really cute. That was a cute moment. It was just like, we're dumb. We're dumb. We're so stupid. It was like, it's okay, guys. We all have our brain fart moments. But yeah, there's a lot more that was said, but that's like the sort of general recap. In terms of like my thoughts about like, this is my first time participating in a Discord AMA, as well as something that I guess wasn't exactly planned and managed by an idols company, besides like the idols that do Instagram live or like impromptu V lives. So I thought it was really interesting, just sort of how everything was run. I know there's the whole I'm trying to phrase this nicely. I know there's a whole like no management involved and all that. I do kind of wish that maybe like some questions were given to the members ahead of time, just because there is that language barrier there. And so like if they had a little time, just maybe like an hour before. I know it was also like 8 a.m. in Korea, so they probably didn't have that much time to prep, but like if they just had like a little more time to like prep, and just about like how much time they could spend on each question, because sometimes it was just like moved on really quickly. And I know there were audio issues about like certain members couldn't be heard, but I almost wish that maybe there was like just a member of their staff that was like more involved in planning this, or just going through the questions and making sure that it just didn't have to fall so heavily on Woo-sung to have to translate everything. And like the members' English were great. There were just moments where just like, huh? Sort of like the awkward pause of just like, what's going on? Can't hear, I don't know what's going on. So just if they had like a chat open to the side where they were like, okay, like this is happening now and he's speaking now, and just sort of more organized. I know it was a very informal, impromptu event, and it was kind of fun in that own way. And I'm sure like all the Black Roses had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun just hearing about sort of hearing how informal and just how simple it was. They were sort of like riffing on each other at times, you know, just joking around, and they go off on tangents, and I thought that was really cute. So in the future, I do hope for like a little bit more organization, just giving maybe them questions ahead of time or stuff like that, like giving half the questions ahead of time and then half like looking at the chat. I know chat like moves a mile a minute, so that it was a little hard for that too, but something like that. And there's gonna be more events in the future, so maybe like as we get more used to this, there's gonna streamline things more. But overall, it was a really fun time. I've kind of learned a little bit more about the Rose members, and really the big like thing is, you know, world tour, potential world tour, potential full album. So happy about that. Let me know you guys' thoughts. How excited are you guys for the tour? Also, what do you think the name of the album is? I'm willing to set my money down on a potential 4-letter word, but what do you guys think? And please do join the Roses Discord. I've also linked down the members' Instagrams, so if you want to go follow them, follow. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you in my next video.